Hi, welcome to Bella's Yoga Room. I'm Bella. Thanks for joining me today. We have our Sacral Chakra practice. Our Sacral Chakra is located in that space between our belly button and our root chakra, or the bottom of our spine, and often associated with pleasure, with joy, and also emotions. So it's associated with the color orange, and also the element of water. So we are going to be having a flowing practice today and hopefully sparking some joy. So come and join me in a seated position. You can be up on a block or a pillow if you like, and just finding a position here. Maybe even placing one hand just below the belly button. Closing the eyes if you can. We are going to get moving shortly. Just thinking about focusing on this area. When our sacral chakra is blocked, it can be really hard to move through an emotion. Maybe we're getting stuck in difficult emotions, or maybe we're struggling to find joy and to connect with the people around us. So let's just focus on that space for a moment. Just allowing the shoulders to roll back. Seeing if you can send a few breaths down into that space. And then let's place that hand back on the right knee. And we're going to start with some gentle movement. So bringing the heart forward, coming all the way around. And this can be, again, a really small movement, or it can be really big. But let's start small, just going in one direction, bringing that chest forward, and noticing too that that movement should be coming from that sacral area. And let's reverse it, other way now. Inhaling as we're coming forward, and exhaling. Creating that little bit of movement there to get things unstuck. Okay, beautiful. Coming to stillness. And we're going to bring the feet now so that they're actually touching. So you might want to have the feet a little bit further away from the pelvis, or for a more intense stretch, just bring those heels in, bringing the hands to the ankles, and then thinking again that nice straight spine. So if you joined me for our root practice, then you know, thinking about that first chakra there, lifting up, and then you'll find that's where our sacral chakra is. With a nice straight spine, let's fold down, and you'll notice those elbows maybe pushing down onto those knees, creating a little bit more space there. And again, take this as far or as little as your body needs today. You'll be bowing the head slightly if you can. Again, focusing on that part of the body, opening up here in the hips too. Often when we're feeling stuck in our hips, our sacral chakra is blocked. And let's come up. Going to come to all fours. So bringing those hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we're going to, again, have that movement. So we're going to be sort of moving all the way round, coming forward, creating a little circle here. And again, this can be a really small circle, one direction and another direction. And reverse it again. Just a few more little circles. This is your practice. All right, let's come back to a neutral spine. Bring those hands maybe a little bit further out, tucking those toes under and pushing back into our down dog here. Coming forward, lowering the knees here, and gently lowering down onto the belly. Let's go ahead and bring those elbows so they're right directly underneath the shoulders here. Flat on the ground, chin slightly tucked, relaxing the toes. And here you might feel too, might be easy to connect with that sacral chakra, feeling that pressing down into the earth. Making sure that the ears are away from their shoulders. Feeling that pressure. Closing the eyes can help here connect with that, with any part of the body really, but particularly here. Feel safe. Left knee, bend it and bring it out. Opening up there. Again, feeling pressure there across the front of the pelvis, from the hips. And let's send it back. Now, so that it's in line with that right hip. Again, feeling that pressure there, maybe in the hips or pelvis. Could always have a blanket folded up under the hips if that's uncomfortable. And fours. And then tucking those toes under, coming back into our down dog. Step it out. Lifting up that right leg and stepping that right foot forward, turning out on our left back leg, coming into our warrior one. So our hips here are facing that right foot. Arms also here can be on our hips. Let's open out. Come, bring those hips now facing the front. Let's reverse that. And then straightening out that front leg, bringing the arms to a nice strong T. And then from the hips, we're just hinging down into our triangle pose. If you did have a block here, that can be really helpful. We're not trying to push all our weight into that leg. Our hand is just next to our leg here. Hand can also be on hip, can look down. And then bringing that core back here to come back up, straighten out. So both feet are facing the front here. Bringing the hands on the hips, and we're going to come into a nice wide-legged forward fold here. Knees can be bent as much as you need, but again, we are hinging from those hips, keeping that back nice and straight. Hands can come down to the ground or to a block. Couple nice big deep breaths here. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if any feelings are coming up and just allowing them to come up and to move through you. Just because an emotion comes up doesn't mean it's going to stick around, but if we don't give it that space, it can get stuck. So just notice it and then come back to our practice here. Bringing those hands back to our hips, using that core, coming all the way back up, turning out on that left foot, bending into that front left knee, into our warrior one here. So again, our hips are facing that left foot, the left front part of the mat. Then opening out. You might find when you go into your warrior two, you want a little bit more space there. Let's reverse that one. And then straightening out that front leg, arms in a nice T. And again, sort of feeling like you're reaching but hinging from that hip. Coming into our triangle pose. And again, we're not trying to push on that left leg. A lot of this comes again from that strength, that sacral chakra there we're activating. Coming back up. This time, we're going to bring the heels in. And a bit wider here. Not as wide as our wide-legged forward fold, but still wide. With our toes out, we're going to come into our goddess pose. So option to either have hands in heart center, or you might want to take the full expression of this, have your hands up, creating a box shape. So when you're ready, bending those knees, coming down, keeping again that really nice straight spine. Again, any work in particularly chakra work, you want to be thinking about creating a nice long, strong, straight line of the spine, which is where our chakras all go. Feel that power there. Notice again maybe what emotions are coming up, if you feel frustrated or why is this taking so long, whatever's happening. Can you turn that into joy? Joy that you're here, joy that you're practicing, joy that your body is doing this. Let's come up. We are going to come into that again. A few deep breaths here. Make sure you're breathing when we come into our goddess. And then bending those knees as we're coming down. What would it be like if there was joy at being alive today? What would that feel like? What would that look like? Some of these poses, they really make us feel our body. All right, let's come up. Great job. Bring those toes now so they're facing inwards. Hands on hips again, and we're just folding. Bring the head down. Nice deep breaths here. Let it go. I feel emotions. Emotions come in all shapes and sizes, pleasant, unpleasant, strong, weak, quiet, and loud. Let's walk our hands over to one side and then walk them over to the right side. Coming back to the center. Hands on hips as we come up. With our hands on hips here, again, feel that. Maybe open up the shoulders to lift the chin and the chest a little. Let's bring those feet up to almost to touching. And we're going to come into one of my favorite poses here, which always brings joy, into our balancing star. So coming to balance on that left leg, so nice and strong, that foot is grounded, using everything from our root practice. And then you can just start small by just lifting up, maybe pointing that right toe, nice and strong in that leg, that right leg. Hands can just be by your side, or you might want to just reach out as far as you can. Being a beautiful star that you are. Keep breathing here. What's it like to be alive right now? And whoo, shake it out. Second side. All right. Coming grounding into that right foot. And again, thinking that sacral chakra, that's where this joy is going to come from. That's where these emotions we're trying to work through. So coming to balance on that right foot. Maybe extending out that left leg. You could always have that left toe tap on the ground too, or you could have a wall or chair to balance on. And when you're ready, come to your full expansion. Looking up. Keep breathing here. If you're moving, that's fine. Stars move. And here we go. Fantastic. Let's come to the front of the mat. Well done. Inhaling and exhaling down. Halfway lift and then folding. Maybe just coming into a little ball. Tucking the nose into the knees. And then making your way to a seated position. If you did want to do maybe a couple little rocks, if that's comfortable for you, you might want to. Rocking up and down again, that spine. And then coming to lie down. Let's bring those arms out by your sides, either straight out, creating a T, or again, that sort of box shape, and just allowing the knees to fall gently over to the left side. Knees can be up here, thinking about grounding down in that right shoulder. Closing the eyes if you can. Letting the breath slow down. And bringing the knees back to center and allowing them to fall over to the right side. Again, grounding down on that left shoulder now. You can look straight up, or you might look over to the left. Coming back to center, allowing the feet to come down, and then bringing the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to open nice and wide. Maybe placing one hand, then the other over that area of the sacral chakra. Closing the eyes if that's comfortable. Noticing any emotions. What do you feel? What have you felt even just in this practice? Just noticing that our feelings are changing all the time. It's normal. You're human. And then just allowing the hands to come to the outsides of the legs, bringing those knees to touch, extending out one leg, then the other here. Allowing the feet to fall out, resting the hands on the sides of the body. Taking some rest here for as long as time allows. And with the eyes shut, maybe thinking, what does joy mean to me? And staying here as long as time allows, or if you're ready to get on with your day, let's wiggle those fingers, wiggle the toes, and make your way up to a seated position. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Please let me know how you found it, and I'll see you for our next chakra practice. Bye.